The Holocaust is remembered as one of the darkest and most horrific times in history. Nearly 6 million Jews lost their lives to the Nazi regime. For many of today's students, the only connection to these events is through classes, textbooks, and movies. But today, history came alive for nearly 1,200 students in La Crosse. News 8's Pauline Lee joins us live with more.
In 1939, Gerda Weissman-Klein was 15 years old when the Germans invaded her hometown of Bielsko, Poland, turning her world upside down. She spent the next 6 years of her life in concentration camps and at one point was forced to make a 350-mile death march. She has spent nearly the past 6 decades telling her story to audiences all over the world, and today middle school and high school students here in La Crosse got a front row seat at Viterbo University. For Gerda Weissman-Klein, life is all about giving back.
It helps me too, that I'm doing something worthwhile with my life, you know. I can do something to help others. You help yourself. You restored me to humanity again.
She captivates an audience of more than 1,100 students, sharing her experience during the Holocaust, a story of inspiration, love, and humanity.
A lot of people need hope, because the question of hope has been, asked time and time again. You need to have hope that you can conquer many things.
At 87 years old, she's one of the youngest remaining Holocaust survivors. So for educators like Daryl Klott at Viterbo, it's important to preserve her story.
Soon we're going to be left with just the videos, the documentaries, the books, the textbooks. And it's been my mission now since 1998 to bring survivors to this area. Because when you see a survivor, you're touching history.
She also has another mission, inspiring people everywhere to appreciate their American citizenship, something she feels is too often taken for granted.
I hope to get an appreciation of our country and of their own life and the blessings of freedoms that they have, with which they were born, which millions all over the world don't have.
Weissman-Klein and her granddaughter started the nonprofit organization Citizenship Counts more than 3 years ago to educate students about the value and responsibility of being an American citizen.
She wants to leave behind something as her legacy, and small measure of a token of appreciation for all of the freedoms and opportunities and awards and gifts and blessings that she's received, really creating hopefully this program that will touch and inspire students and people across the country.
Making her mark in history and returning a favor to a country that has done so much for her.
I'm an average woman, okay? As I mentioned, I'm not Mother Teresa. I'm not wealthy. I didn't find a cure for cancer. And yet, only in this country can you do just the little things by trying to tell future generations, those are the kids, they are the messengers to a time I shall not see.
And an interesting note to this story, on the day her camp was liberated in 1945, Gerda met U.S. Army Lieutenant Kurt Klein. Kurt and Gerda were married for 56 years until he died in 2001.
All right, thanks very much, Pauline. And since becoming an American citizen, Gerda has written 9 books, won an Academy Award for a documentary created about her experience, and she was one of the 2010 recipients of the Medal of Freedom. It's the nation's highest civilian honor. Gerda is speaking tonight at Viterbo University. News 8 will be airing the presentation this Saturday, October 22nd at 11:35 p.m. right here on WKBT.